Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Jonathan, and welcome back to Money Talks, where we want to offer you financial information and meet you where you are financially so that you're able to stick to your budget, manage to pay off your debt, and begin to save on your path to building wealth. If this is your first time joining me here on the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. So today, guys, I want to talk to you about your responsibility with your money and how that affects how the growth and how you're able to move forward and prosper with your money. So many people feel that, hey, you got to have a good job, and that helps, don't get me wrong. Or you got to have that good financial advisor to really get the right investments going and help streamline your process and grow your money. Again, that helps as well. But the fact is, the biggest thing you can do with your money is take responsibility for it. And taking responsibility looks like, hey, you've looked at your credit report. You know what's there. Hey, you look at your bills. You know what you spend every month. Hey, you know you have money going to your 401k. And if you don't know what your money's invested in, you search and claw and find someone that is going to explain it into your investments to you in such a way that you understand what you're putting your money into. And not only that you understand what you're putting your money into, but how it works and what you can expect from it. See, that's the good thing about money. When you take responsibility for it, you can actually predict and have clear expectations on the outcome. And there are a few things in life that give you that. You get your car fixed, but you hope that you don't have another repair down the road. Or you can verify, but sometimes it just doesn't work out. But with money, if you're investing in the stock market and you understand the investments, you know or have a good forecast on what your money should be by 5 years from now, 7 years from now, 10 years from now, 30 years from now. Because that is math. And math, honestly, 1 + 1 is always going to equal 2. But the problem and the situation that I often find when dealing with clients is that you don't quite look at your money. You don't know how much you're spending on services. And for that matter, you don't question, am I paying too much for this service? That's a huge thing. So if you don't take responsibility for your money, you end up missing out on a lot of opportunity. And the reason why I say that is, while this may be a really financially hard time for a lot of people, but there are a lot of people, not just millionaires and billionaires, but there are a lot of people who have been working on their money, saving and getting into investing, where this moment of pandemic has really pushed and started to give them momentum in a forward direction of building wealth. And why is that? Because they prepared, because they had some savings, because they had the right amount of cash set aside, because they're not spending aimlessly with their money. Things are not just coming out from bills. They have their debt under control and they understand their situation, so they know what they have to invest for their future. But that's not just to purely put all your money to the future. You can still enjoy what's going on in the present. So some people taking advantage of the pandemic and have bought a house. Some people are taking advantage of the pandemic and have bought the car that they've been searching for, or many other things, because there's a suppression of demand and people are getting good deals on some of these products. And then there are some of these products where you might need to wait a little bit. But the fact is, you have to take responsibility for your money. You have to take responsibility for your income. No job is going to walk in the door and say, hey, we're going to give you a raise. That did happen during this pandemic, but that's because people are really, really overworking. And honestly, if you dug into the numbers and really saw, whatever bonus that was given was a small drop in the bucket from the profits that company actually made. It's not a bad thing. It's just the fact of, when you talk about really trying to grow your income, when you talk about your needs are not being met right now, you have to think about, what am I taking responsibility for? I don't know how much debt I have. I don't know who I owe. I owe some people, but it's unclear. You need all that information in one spot where you can look and say, hey, I owe A, B, C, D, and F. This is where I'm going to start, and this is how I'm going to pay you. That's the beginning of changing your whole financial scenario. Hey, this is how much money I have in the month. I'm going to write my budget. This is what I'm spending on cable. This is what I'm spending on food. This is what I'm spending on going out or leisure activities or rent or mortgage or car note. I'm going to really take time to know what's my situation. Then, after I wrote it down, I will say, hey, I want this part of my life, or I want Jonathan's life to go X. So I want to be able to travel, or I just want to have more margin, or I want to work through the debts, but I really want to get this person taken care of first. However you decide. But the fact is, you have to make a decision, and you have to have something you're focused on with your money, because the funny thing about money is if you don't have any focus and you don't know what's going on, it just kind of drifts through your hands and drifts away. And so this is where you need to take the biggest chunk. 96% of millionaires believe they control their own destiny. Well, why do they believe that? Yes, it is a mindset, but also they're looking at their situation and they're looking at, okay, I can't control what bills may pop up. Meaning, if I have an emergency, something goes wrong with my car, I mean, you can well maintain a car as much as possible, but something will come up. But I can say, I will be prepared for this. I can't control whether or not my current job is able to pay me what the market value is for my skill set. You can't control that. But what you can control is the fact that you're still sitting there at that job, not making the money and the income that you fairly deserve, because that particular job doesn't have the capacity to pay you, or they aren't seeing quite the value. And that's okay. But the good thing about that is what you can control is, hey, I know it's some work. I'm going to have to spend some time getting my resume together, getting my interview skills up. But I know if I'm able to really consistently look, I can probably move the dial on my income $10,000 or $15,000 just by searching for another job. It can be that simple. It's hard work to do. It's hard work to get up and keep going. But you have to understand the outcome definitely outweighs and is better than your reality. So I would tell you, take responsibility. Write down your income. Be vigilant about what's going on in your household, because if you're not, then no one else will. And I promise you, if you're preparing, if you're saving, if you're keeping your expenses low, if you're also enjoying your money, these times honestly will come again. Because our economy runs largely on credit, we'll always have this time right now, not so much as a pandemic, but something will happen in the economy where the economy needs to contract and it resets. And that's what's going on right now, that cleansing, that economical cleanse. And in that economical cleanse, people are able to buy homes and rental properties a little bit cheaper, get their business going, or their business starts to thrive a little bit better, their investments start to do a lot better. This is the economy we work in. You don't have control over how the economy works, but you do have control on the success that you can have in the economy. Go out there and win, guys. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and like the video, give it a thumbs up. And I can't wait to see you guys in the next video.